Alright, welcome back. So, my friends, brave heroes of the prophecy, the time has come to complete the next of your great labors. King Acastus gave you a map to the last known whereabouts of the legendary Ultros, but its location seems ominous. The ship was last seen near the Deadfalls in the rocky wastelands of the Eastern Heartlands. You've heard many stories of the Ultros. It was captained by Esther Arklander, the Dragon Lord, leader of a savage and bloodthirsty crew. He savaged the islands of Thalia, leaving slaughter in his wake during the First War. Sidon unleashed his full fury against the vessel, attempting to smash it with 100-foot waves and drag it down to the bottom of the sea with terrifying whirlpools. But the magic of the Ultros was so powerful that even the Lord of Storms could not sink it. The ship and its crew went missing several years after the end of the First War. You have come to find it and take command of it, because you cannot brave the waters of the Forgotten Sea without it. Alright. So, we find ourselves... Get my notes here. Kitten, stop. There's a kitten playing with a marble next to me, I'm sorry. Everybody loves a kitten. As you followed the rapids of the river Leth southerly, you found a chasm which led to a secret inlet and canyon walls surrounding a small lake. Here in this lake, devoid of anything else besides a few shrubbery, plants, and trees on the sides of the rocky shores, you see the massive, legendary, pristine ship of the Ultros, its figurehead carved, and the prow shaped like a snarling dragon head, the black sails softly billowing in a silent wind. There's a slight chill that comes over you as you stare upon this magnificent vessel. The scene is yours. What would you like to do?
God, Zach, beautiful.
I found it! And I just start. Y'all just see little goat hooves, be like, I found it!
I'm going to go. Is he running towards the ship?
Of course I'm running towards the ship. The
Or
fog.
just dancing in
I turn
place?
towards the fog. I'm heading towards the ship. First one to touch the butt wins.
Ooh.
I'm going to follow just to make sure that he's not going to, have something horrible happen to him on board the ship, which feels like there's going to be horrible things on it, so I'm not running, I'm walking briskly.
Yes.
No, this is more of the Ina has seen a vision of this ship with dead people on it. That's ominous.
Yeah, I'll follow as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
come with them.
continue as well. I'm gonna be with the pack. I'm not running, that's for sure.
Yeah, I get all the way up to the ship. I slap my hand on it, and I go, claimed in the name of Lycus the Magnificent, first of his name, King of the Dragon Lords. And I pull my crown out. I stick it right on here. All right, somebody draw me. I'll stay here for about an hour. Go ahead, grab this.
Like one of my French girls.
My God.
I will take a moment and I'm just going to find a stick or something, actually end of my sword in the dirt. I'm going to draw a very bad boat, imagine a 5-year-old draw a boat with a sail and then a stick man
With a crown.
with little tiny horns in a little tiny crown. And then I'm just going to put my sword sort of beside it and go, that's all I've got.
Hell yeah. How do I get up this thing?
But there you have been immortalized.
It's a beautiful picture.
I point up and I'm like, should we climb those? And then point up at the ropes that are coming off the mast.
Oh, hell yeah! All right, come on,
And-
guys.
Lycus, I know you're not the most observant, but I mean that one seemed pretty obvious.
Well, I didn't want to take the wrong approach. You know, I'm not ship savvy, as it were. These hooves are made for walking.
I'm going to climb up.
So yeah, I climb up, and y'all see me pull like a short staff out, and I kind of unfurl this blanket that has a striking resemblance of my face on the blanket, and I kind of tie it to the stick, and I slam the staff down, and I go, "Mine," and I plant my flag with my bed sheets that have my facade.
Why do you have a flag?
Everybody needs a flag. You know you can't claim something without a flag. Everybody knows that. You have to have a flag to claim something. We're claiming the Ultros. You gotta have a flag.
I'll climb up.
When I get my
sail-
wife back, I think we need to have a conversation about that, so I should make a flag.
See? Flag etiquette 101. We'll talk. I got you, fam.
Well then.
All right. I'll get on board the dock and just be comparing it to every ship I've ever seen in the Mitros Harbor. And just looking around and just going, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Gods.
Isn't my ship gorgeous? Look at this polished wood. You can't get polished wood like this in Mitros. This wood has been polished. Like, feel that. Like, really, just put your hands on it. This is nice. You can almost kiss this deck, how clean it is. Why is this deck this clean? That's really weird.
I'm gonna start to climb up as well.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was having some issues on my end. So each of you climb up to the top of this ship. It's about probably, glancing around real quick, you can see about 120 feet or so long, about 20 feet wide. The upper deck is kind of suspended over a lower deck, and you can see rows upon rows upon rows of long, sturdy oars coming out either side, between the upper and lower decks. The mast rising up in the center, on the bow of the ship, you see a large capstan with an anchor chain, a thick bronze anchor chain, descending off the front right of the ship into the water below. On the rear, you see a massive, luxurious, dark leather chair with bronze filigree around it. It's cushiony, and then just in front of that, you see a huge steering wheel that obviously attaches to the rudder you saw just poking out of the top of the water as you took in the view of the Ultros from beyond. As you stand here on the top of the deck of the ship, you feel the chill in the air grows even more severe, your skin getting goosebumps and your hair moving without there being any noticeable breeze in the area. The ship appears and sounds abandoned except for you and your friends, though it does seem to be very well maintained. Listening very carefully as a sudden gust of a breeze comes in, sweeps through the canyon, and comes out the other side, you hear faint whispering and sense movement around you, almost as though there's crewmen at work, and you can feel their presence, although you can't sense them or see them in any other way. For a split second, it almost even sounds as though there's hearty, boisterous singing coming from the back of the ship. But as you turn to look, you see no one, and the sound fades. Continuing on and on like this, sounds, flicks of movement at the corner of your eye that you can't quite perceive when you go to focus on it. The entire atmosphere becomes chilling and ominous.
Why am I hearing fish in the sea? Come all ye young sailor men, listen to me. Yeah, I know that song.
But that is not what that. What are you talking about? Please leave the music to the musically inclined. I was working that beat. I don't need your
Then how does it
assistance.
sound to you?
Not that way.
Then how does it sound?
Uno momento, por favor. Oh, okay. Got it. And I pull out some parchment. I immediately just start. I'm going to be a bit. And I start. You'll see me just writing out the lyric or chorus. Yeah. And I start heading towards the back. But like, if you need me, I'm gonna be sitting on my chair. And I start heading towards the captain's wheel. Or the helmsman. The helm's wheel. Helmsman? Helm? I head to the wheel and the chair. The wheelchair.
That's what you need after getting drunk so many times.
Hey, I don't need to worry about falling over when I'm drinking. I can just drink more.
I'm going to go to the edge of the deck, then lean over. I presume there's a railing of some kind.
There.
I'm just gonna.
Sorry. There is about waist high, a banister.
No, I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm gonna just lean on it and look down and just kind of work out, like, okay, how the fuck do we get out of here? like trying to work out, like, okay, is there enough water? Is there enough waves? How are we getting this ship out of this cave?
Joey, is there a map of the boat?
Would you like a map of the upper deck of the Ultros?
Yes, please.
Certainly. I can accomplish
Yes,
this.
please.
It's telling me I need to reload the application. And it won't go away.
Is it telling anybody else that?
I mean, I'm seeing a ship at the Ultros now, but
Okay. What browser
I'm
are you
just
on?
having general
Josh?
internet issues.
Wish me luck.
Josh will be right back. Hopefully with no tech issues. So. Off that till he comes back. There he is. So quick.
Is there enough water that, like, we could hypothetically sail out of here somehow, or?
The lake itself is pretty small. The Ultros fills, as far as the length goes, the Ultros fills it about halfway from one side to the other at the longest point. The only passageway that you see in here with all the steep canyon walls all around you is that narrow cut that you all took through, the hidden passageway that cut through the canyon walls from the River Leth into this inlet lake. There does not seem to be anywhere for the Ultros to get out of this canyon, as far as you can tell.
Is there anything to suggest how it got in?
You can give me a perception check.
I will gladly.
I inspect the captain's chair. I can't bring myself up there; it's a wall. But I inspect the helm's wheel. I inspect the helm, the wheel, and then the chair itself.
That is a 12.
Once you're done with her, of course.
The canyons seem tall and steep. Honestly, there isn't much to say besides what I already described. Glancing around, you rack your eyes, you peer as hard as you can into the dark sky above, but you can't see any way for the ship to get in or out of here. Oh, well, he disconnected again. Go figure. That's not good. So you see Lycus up there spinning the steering wheel around back and forth. Seems to be kind of inspecting it, looking at it pretty good, but what's everybody else doing? Did you disconnect, Josh?
I can't hear the DM at all.
You can't hear Joey?
I mean, he keeps going in and out.
Yes, he's probably refreshing to try and fix it. Okay, so while he's doing that, what's everybody else doing?
Just to confirm, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I am going to be just kind of mingling, like, on the deck of the ship, just looking around, peering, inspecting.
Okay. Ina, you do anything in particular?
No, I'm just gonna be like as close to the center of the boat as possible, because I don't want to fall off the edge. And I'm just watching what other people are doing because I don't know what to do on a boat. So I'm just kind of watching and gonna wait and take their lead.
Okay. Sinus, you do anything?
And I'll be standing there with my spear out, just kind of head on a swivel. Making sure everything's all good.
Okay. You got it. So, as you're all meandering around this massive ship, looking around, trying to get a beat on the situation, figure out where to go or what to do from here, you see Renatus kind of stare off in a little bit of a trance, like something in the distance catches his eye vividly. And he seems to be peering at something, but then he drops his chin as though he's staring at his toes for a moment, and he rocks his head to the left and to the right, confused, and then starts to scan around as though he can't tell where he's at. Renatus, as you're walking along the Ultros, your vision kind of fades. The colors become bright and vivid, and you almost get this sense of tunnel vision before the periphery of your sight engages, and within you see people on the Ultros. And somehow it's daytime, and it's bright. Glancing around in confusion, you don't see any of your party members there, but rather what appears to be a ship full of crew members going about daily tasks. You hear the oars cutting into the water below, and you see a tall figure standing at the prow, staring out over the waves, periodically turning around to bark brisk orders in a harsh tone at his crew members. This individual you see in gleaming scale armor, kind of a cerulean blue, but in the sunlight catches a slight seafoam green tint to it. You see bronze pauldrons in the shape of snarling dragons that match the prow of the ship itself. A long pointed black beard and scraggly black hair, wielding a vicious looking spear. And somehow you know you are seeing Estor Arcolander. And you're confused, but then you also realize that everyone around you is wearing clothing that you don't remember seeing in Mitros. It seems old. Somehow you know that this is old. These people, this clothing, this scene is from a time long past. And as you consider this, your vision snaps back into the moment. The sky goes dark instantly. Everyone around you vanishes, and you see your party members, some of them staring at you, some of them still completely absorbed in investigating the ship itself.
Who's looking at me right now?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at you and just going, "Are you alright?"
I'm gonna like walk briskly towards them, and then I'm gonna be like, I just had a vision.
Welcome to the club.
Esther's ship. I just had a vision. It was sailing. Everyone was on the ship working. It was broad daylight. That spear. Is that the same spear that that Cyanus has? Or is it just a wicked looking spear?
Give me an insight check.
Please.
What'd you roll?
That would be a 23.
23. It does not look identical. The shape, the length, the way that it comes to a slightly curved point, how the head is fastened to the shaft, that all looks to be almost identical. But the coloration, the glyphs, how it's dark and kind of sheds to bronze in certain light as it flickers through the air, that isn't the same as the spear you saw Esther Arcalander wielding in your vision.
Yes, I saw Esther at the helm barking orders at his crew, and he had a similar spear to Cyanus. Very similar, but not the same.
Does he look okay? Like he doesn't look sick, not like how I was when I got whammied.
It did look like it was from long, long ago. They weren't wearing anything that I could recognize in Mitros. Anyone wearing the clothing was just ancient looking.
You were asking about how Renatus appears compared to Manu. He seems confused. He also seems excited, and there's some type of energy about him. Something behind his eyes. It's kind of hard to point out.
I'm gonna try and find his chin through the beard. And turn his head side to side. Tip it and peer into his eyes.
Sparkling, I know.
Alright, he hasn't been whammied. I've had interesting luck with visions. But so far that tracks.
Well, with my newfound vision, I'm going to explore more, see if I can't find another spark.
I am not leaving that man alone.
Same.
Lycus, meanwhile, you're up by the luxurious chair. You are investigating the steering wheel. You place your hands on the cold bronze. It's highly polished, in remarkably good shape. You sway the rudder back and forth a little bit, just getting a sense of the weight. And you take a moment to sit back in the chair and kick your legs up. And you feel a presence. Something you can't see, but you know to be there. Seemingly sit down next to you, or maybe even on you, or maybe even in you. It's a peculiar feeling.
Euron, I told you 1,000 times, you cannot sit on my lap. Go away.
Lycus, I'm on the other side of the ship.
Then why are you yelling at me like you heard that? That's the whole point. It's not
Yeah,
you.
right. Sorry.
So I'm just like, you're on. No. I'm sorry, not today, hot darling. Not today. And I like, oh, what the fuck? No, you're on. No, nobody. At this point, I would have even taken Renatus. Like, oh, what the? No.
You don't want me sitting next to you, Lycus?
Grandma?
Well, yes, it seemed like there was plenty of space on this luxurious chair.
Well, hell yeah! Come on, Grandma. Hey, your boy found the Ultros, and I claimed it. You saw my flag? I claimed it.
Yes. Well, I don't think it's quite that simple, but you are right. You did find it. I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
Doesn't this feel good?
It feels amazing. This chair feels like it was made for me to sit on this.
I agree. It is your destiny to lead things such as this.
You know what? I think I could get used to this. I do.
You know, Lycus, there are many powerful men and women of all races in Thylia. Those who can cast powerful magic, those who can swing a sword stronger than any others. But not all of them are leaders. Those who can lead have a way about them, a charisma, a sense of action, a willingness to take charge and make decisions when others cannot. That is what people will follow, and that is your greatest strength.
I think I would really enjoy that. And maybe it is time that I kind of step up a little bit and show that I am worthy to take such a position. Especially if I get to sit in this chair.
I think it would look much better sitting in this chair if you were wearing your crown, don't you?
Oh, I have it on still.
You do?
I never took it off from when I had the flag.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's still on.
And she says,
I mean, yeah.
it looks much better with you wearing the crown. Well, you lost connection, so, you know, like it's kind of
No, you're good, you're good. I should have just played it, but no. I was like, wait, I am. Yeah. But like, oh, this crown? Yep. I like this. I like this a lot. I think I can do this.
With the crown and the Ultros, the people of Thylia will remember the true Dragon Lords.
Mm-hmm. If they will.
And
We're
there
going
is
to
more
make
to
something,
do.
Grandma. We are going to make something.
Take care of yourself, Lycus. I'll be here when you need me.
Don't be a stranger.
And you sense that she dissipates.
I like jump up, just beaming, kind of strut back down to everybody, kind of chest out a little bit, kind of shoulders back, like I'm trying to be what I'm definitely not, like that over the... Like I actually seem a little arrogant, if that's possible, more than normal.
I was gonna say.
Renatus acknowledges but doesn't comment and then looks away.
So, are y'all ready to explore this fine vessel? What's going on? Why y'all looking like that? What happened? What did Renatus do?
He had a vision.
Oh. Do tell.
My vision,
can-
I was watching Esther lead and sail the ship, and he had a very striking spear on him, almost like Cyanus' spear, as Cyanus just,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's find that spear. Maybe it's here. That'd be really cool if we could have 2 of them.
Possibly.
Dibs.
Just have this image in my head of Cyanus just like double fisting spears.
No, dibs.
Says the woman with like 2 lightning javelins sticking out of her back. Be like, dibs.
I mean, spear shows, man.
Spear chuckers, I swear.
Oh my god, Josh.
What? All right, there must be an inside joke I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm not tracking that one either, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Did you say spear chucker or spear shucker? Because if it's the latter, then I can interpret a few dirty jokes based on that phrasing.
No, spear chucker. People that chuck spears. Spear throwers.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Just gonna keep moving.
Yep. Gone.
Yeah, I think we are due to explore the rest of this vessel. Let's see what we got.
Onward. Towards the back of the ship, correct? Yeah.
Yes, so there's the front and the aft platform. On either of those platforms, there's a set of stairs towards the outside of the ship, or either way, flanking another set of stairs that goes down into the ship. So you have stairs going up onto the platforms, and then the fore and the aft, you have also a set of stairs going down into the darkness of the lower deck. So the aft of the ship.
Yes, after the ship.
Alright. So, you come down into what appears to be a storage hold. It's not a huge area. Maybe it's the width of the ship, but from front to back, you come down the stairs, there's maybe 10 feet. And it has angled walls that point towards the center of the ship. As you step down the stairs, those angled walls are behind you, and in front of you is a flat wall with 2 doors, one to your left and one to your right, about 15-20 feet apart. There's openings in the angled wall behind you that would allow you to walk through and go towards the center of the ship. This room itself seems to have some empty crates and boxes strewn about. It appears to have been a storage hold of some type in a long time ago. But aside from that, you see nothing else in this small area at the landing of the stairs.
I'll cast dancing lights. I know we don't have a map right now, but I'll just do it just so we can continuously have illumination. I'll send them, we're gonna clear the aft side, I assume, before we head towards the middle. So I'll definitely light up ahead of us, and then I want to keep like 1 or 2 lights in the direction behind us, just in case something crosses, we don't get caught totally off guard.
Okay.
So I'm gonna...
You got it. All 4 dancing lights shed this dim purplish light that pulses a little bit around you. For those of you who could not see, there was a bit of moonlight coming in from the center of the ship through those holes in the walls, otherwise it was completely dark. So now everybody can see relatively clearly the 2 doors on either side. So, you're going towards the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. In this large room that makes up the remainder of the aft portion of the ship, you see 6 hammocks there, gently swaying, almost as though there's someone giving them weight and rocking slightly in them, but you see no one in the dim purple light of the dancing lights that Lycus has entered in the room with you. This room is otherwise bare except for some knickknacks, a table, a few boxes and chests, but something catches your eye, glowing in the magical light. This deep blue, almost shimmery green chest sitting in one corner. It's small, it's strange, and there appears to be a bronze lock fashioned over the clasp on the front.
So the hammocks look empty, right?
They appear to be empty, yes.
I am going to, because this is running off partially the Euron is tired. Just gonna go walk over to one and just sort of attempt to jump into it. She hasn't been in a hammock for a long time. She's going to attempt to try and get into the fucking thing.
I mage ham a seam. Slip. I don't have mage hand. I can't do that. I would love.
It's okay. It's fun anyway.
I probably follow, if it helps, I probably fall over once. Like, I try and sit and then just boom. And then just back up. And then I get in the bloody thing.
You
Start fuck down here.
You lie down and stretch out in the hammock, and you feel nothing but a hammock. It's pretty comfortable, actually. And the canvas itself, it's soft. It seems like new, as do the ropes and everything else that you've seen here in the ship.
This ship is 500 years old and I'm in armor. How is this not ripping and decaying?
That's a
Didn't say
very
it
good
was a
question.
magic ship.
Yeah, but I'm surprised everything inside of it is also... The ship being magic is one thing. Everything else here seems perfectly preserved as well.
Is it bad if I say it feels like it was waiting?
I mean... Daddy's home. Let's see what I've got. And I start going through some of these crates and barrels and be like, let's see. Salvage claim. Hey.
I definitely try and get out of the hammock and fall over again. Stealth?
like
What stealth? Clang, clang, clang.
Javelins start falling over places.
Like as going through the crates and boxes, you tear open a couple of lids. They all seem empty.
Okay.
But not in such a way as though this ancient ship was just left to rot. There's no refuse or things from decomposing material. It's just looks almost new.
Just empty.
No
Okay.
dust or anything.
I put the lid back on a barrel. I say, I need fresh, clean water. And then I hurry up and rip it off.
You open it up, it's still empty.
Oh, this ship's stupid. It's a half magical ship, apparently. Okay. Okay.
Is no one gonna say anything about that weird looking chest thing over there?
What
Blue
chest
green.
thing? What chest thing?
That blue green chest right there. They see it? It's right like straight that way.
Yeah, it's by the. Oh.
Yeah, and it has a big shining lock. I figured it would appeal to the person who likes locks.
I mean, I also know the knot and stuff. Now, I don't know anything about this boat, so I kind of don't want to touch it.
I got it. I go and inspect the shiny lock.
Okay. Looking at it, it's ornate, it's well constructed, seems in great condition.
Yeah, I give it a little pull.
Give it a little pull. It does not give way, but something tingles upon your touch.
Ooh. Okay. Do I feel like arcane, this is a magical lock tingles, or is it like electricity tingles when you say tingles?
it is similar to arcane residue, yes.
Oh, y'all, this is a mage's chest. This is something magical right here. There's some good stuff in this chest. Great things are gonna happen when we open this chest. Cyanus, I need you to get on this.
I know.
Cyanus, let's do this, buddy. I got your back.
Fine. If it comes
Look,
out of
it
this
doesn't hurt. And I
fucking
rattle the chain some more. I rattle the lock. Look, it's not gonna bite you. Shake. And I hope to God it doesn't have a
I'll unlock it.
poison.
I
Okay.
swear to God, if something comes out of this fucking chest, I'm punching you in the dick the entire way back to Mitros.
Nothing is going to come out of the chest. It's a chest. We don't keep mages, wizards do not keep demons in chest.
I've
They
heard
keep
of
them
things
in
being kept in
bottles.
lamps.
Yeah, exactly.
Renatus is just gonna like look up at the sky, look around.
Yeah.
Mosey on over to the chest and get out my stuff.
Okay. So, using the map as a guide, the chest is within a foot or so of where Euron is located on the map.
It's over. Right.
Yes.
Ish.
Yeah, you're within arm's
That's
reach.
like, yeah, like right over here.
Yeah. You guys are kind of surrounding it right now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, look, I'll hold it. I'll help you out here. You go ahead and. Perfect. Yep. No, look, little to the left. Look to the left. You hear the click?
So that was a dirty 20.
Okay. Sinus crouches down and kind of shakes her a little bit. Not really liking the situation, but he goes ahead and puts his thieves' tools in there, and after a moment, you hear this little click, and a little ephemeral mote of arcane energy kind of dissipates in the air as the lock falls open on the clasp.
Told you, buddy.
Ta-da!
Let me see that lock. And I like take the lock, and I'm like,
What's
this is
in there?
interesting. This is fascinating. You're on. What's in the chest?
I'll open it.
Okay, you open
I'll
it.
crouch down. I've got sword in one hand, and I'm very gingerly opening it. I'm like, if this comes to life, I'll light that fucking door.
It's a chest. A chest isn't gonna bite you. And I put the.
Do you
lock in the
remember
bag.
that door in the Oracle's temple?
I remember saving you from the door. It's a chest. What kind of goodies do we got?
Real quick, just as a point, Lycus, as you grabbed the lock and you inspected it for a moment, any type of arcane residue that was on it has dissipated. It seems to be a normal lock now.
This lock is a bitch.
Just
Well,
FYI.
I mean,
Said you pocketed
super
it.
magical ship. Everything's fully preserved. Everything is great. Numbnuts can pick this magical lock, and suddenly it's just a basic lock now. What a bitch of a lock.
looking inside this
Did
strange
you just call the
box.
man who has been threatening to punch you in the dick all the way to Mitros and Numbnuts? I thought that's gonna be you if you fuck this up.
No, only if something pops out of the chest. Come on, what do we got? What's in there? What do we got? I got the rest of the ship. Come on, I got a ship to explore.
Inside the bottom, you see about a dozen or so small, black, shiny, roughly cut rocks. It's hard to tell if they're gems or polished obsidian or something else. Deep, deep black in color.
Oh, that is sexy.
I will pick one up.
Oh,
and turn it
hell
carefully
yeah.
in my hands, and then pass it over to Lycus because
Oh, hell yeah.
the box is magic. He is magic person.
As you transition from
This
one
is-
hand to the other, the gem itself rapidly crumbles into dust, and then looming
Oh,
out
what the
from
shit?
looming out from the same position, a massive, armless spectral Gigan approaches and lets out his open mouth with a silent roar. I need everybody to roll for initiative. Now look, it's in the combat tracker, so you guys go into the combat tracker. You should have a D20 in the combat tracker next to your character. Just click that; it'll automatically roll initiative and do the combat tracker thing.
Guess what did I tell you?
Oh, what the shit? Oh, sorry. I wasn't muted.
Son of a...
Yeah.
I had a good one.
Yeah, not bad. Shit.
As this thing is coalescing into a form, I just scream out at Cyanus, it didn't come from the chest, it came from the gem! It didn't come from the chest!
Technicalities. I'm still getting that dick.
Gee, whoa.
Check
Easy.
something real quick, and we'll get started here. All right. So, you're on. You see this massive spectral Geigen apparate in front of you and lunge in your direction. What are you going to do?
I am going to stab it because I'm holding my sword.
Go for it.
Boom. Come on, baby. There we go. That's a nat 1.
Okay. You throw it off by the sudden appearance of this thing. You lash out wildly, but catch nothing but air. What else are you going to do?
I'm going to attack again.
Go for it.
For fuck's sake! I rolled a 2, so that's 9.
You come back around a second time, narrowly missing Cyanus, but again, catching nothing but
That
air.
was max damage too, son of a bitch!
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
And
Renatius.
just
Oh, go ahead.
just for fuck's sake, just lash and just like, and if I can for free object interaction, I am closing the chest with my foot.
You got it.
And I'm pressing it
shut.
back against the wall, just like so where we cannot touch it.
Easy enough.
And that's it.
All right, Renatius, you're up.
Oh, I don't like this thing right next to me. Renatus sees this come out. Her miss twice. I am disengaging and creating some space.
All right, you got it. Action and movement done. Anything else?
I'm gonna point. Speechless. Pass turn.
All right, Sinus, you're up. What are you gonna do? Things right next to you.
My spear out, like from my shoulder, just like bursting at Lygus, and then I'm just gonna thrust at Geigen.
Go for it.
Okay, so that's a 23 to hit
23 hits.
and a 24 damage.
24 damage. Nice. Alright, so Grimstalker slashes through. Its spectral form kind of bulges out where Grimstalker pierces it and collapses back in, but now you see that one spot in its form is kind of twisting and shaking as though it's slightly unstable. Anything else?
And I'm just gonna stand my ground right there.
Okay. You got it. Ina, you're up. What are you going to do?
I am going to get within striking distance and hit him with my axe.
Go for it.
24 to hit,
24 is a hit.
13 damage.
13 damage. Nice. Ina comes charging forward. The axe of Xander comes flying in out of the darkness. It's the eyes on the head of the axe glowing this streak of purple as it slashes through the air. She carves through this spectral being. The same kind of weird malformation. The essence kind of splits and then comes back together, but now his entire image is kind of loosely holding on reality, vibrating quickly and blurring in and out as it turns and locks on to Cyanus and starts lunging his direction. Anything else, Ida?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him again.
Go for it.
17 to hit,
17 hits.
14 damage.
14 damage. All right. It turns away from you and lunges towards Cyanus. You take the axe of Xander, a vertical slice down its back, cleaving it in two. The spectral form dissipates in the air all around you. As it does so, you each feel this pulse of energy, and the ship itself slightly groans for a moment before everything once again goes still.
Like a happy groan or a we just fucked up Aaron groan?
I mean, you can roll an insight check. I'm not sure how good you are at interpreting ship groans.
Probably not great.
I think that's Lycus' skill.
What the hell, people? I jump on the top of this barrel. I'm like, he was totally gonna obey me. I had the gem thing. You didn't have to kill him. He would have just gone back in the gym where we would have told him. He was armless, for crying out loud. What's he going to do, gnaw your legs off?
The gem dissolved.
And I had control of him.
Oh, well, there's 12 more. Just pick one up.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, let's see you command this army.
Okay, all right, let's do this. Hold on.
Dragon Lord.
Let me take a look. Why does it say game pause? What's going on here?
Oh, because just being careful for you guys not to move tokens around without talking to me first. That's all.
I'm going to go back to the chest. Let me take a look at these. I'm not going to touch one. Hold on. I'm like, you know what? Give me a few minutes. I'm going to sit down, prepare. I'm going to light a little incense, and I'm going to do a little ritual for detect magic. Like, let me learn something about these things.
Let me learn a thing.
Second.
Are they magic?
All right, so
But what kind of magic?
yeah, it takes like it's 10 minutes to do that extra ritual casting it, right? Okay, so what's everybody else doing in this time period while he is drawing his glyphs and focusing his energy to try and discern what type of magic may be on these gems?
I'm gonna look around the room.
I am going to sit in the hammock I'm currently by and watch Lycus very intently with my sword in one hand.
Did the gem like dissolve, or did it like crumble into dust and now there's dust on the ground?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. So essentially, as it transferred out, it seemed to glitter from him before kind of instantly cracking and dissipating into this cloud of essentially black dust that kind of floated down through the air before seemingly disappearing.
Well, I'm gonna look for that.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Will do. $19.
19. Okay, so going over to where the deck is underneath, where it seemed to have fell, you do find a fine residue there of a dark dust-like substance. I mean, it's very, very light. It's very, very little of it, but some of it's there.
I'm gonna try to like collect it.
Okay, what are you gonna put it in or on or?
That's what I'm just gonna like start to scoop it, like just see if I can move it into like a little pile. I'm just gonna do that for now.
Okay. Yeah, you can work on that, and you can just to a varying degree of success. You can do that. Anything else from anybody? Or just kind of hanging out until Lycus gets done?
Oh, I'll look at like what's in these things.
All the crates and boxes and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. You can look around to be double sure Lycus didn't miss anything, but they're all empty.
Okay.
They're all empty.
Then I'll just come like tap my hoof, like, come on, let's go.
So, looking in, extending out your senses, tapping into the ether around you, Lycus, each of these gems starts to faintly glow with the twisted silvery signature of necromantic magic.
So when I just eyeball these gems, they're just flashing heavy as necromancer, and obviously I could put together that a soul, it looked like what just popped out of this thing when I touched it. So would it be prudent to say I could determine that obviously these are gems containing the souls of creatures and beings? Could I do maybe an arcanic check of some sort to determine with the groaning of the ship, would there be any kind of interaction? Or because obviously when it died, there was a groan. I don't know my prowess of magic to say Are they tied to the ship somehow?
You can give me an Arcana check, sure.
Did Renatus?
Yeah, I'll just say I
have
could
any
ask
thought?
Renatus about that as well. But like, do you think it's possible? Because I'll let him. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll let it out. But like, okay, this is definitely all necromancy work right here. These gems are containing the souls of something in each one of them. Renatus, you ever seen anything like this before? And I'll call him over, and we'll kind of dive into it and do an arcane check together.
Renatus, you can go ahead and roll with advantage, or Renatus can roll Arcane check to help you out with that. That's fine. Also, Renatus, for this instance, I would like you to give me a history check with advantage.
Yeah, tell you what, he can roll the Arcana check with advantage. He's the wizarding world.
All right.
Wait, why is my...
So 24 for Arcana.
Okay.
And a 19 for history.
Okay. Putting your heads together, briefly discussing the interminglings of the ethers and arcane forces. The best you can tell, you don't know if there's a link of any sort, so that maybe these beings are tied to the ship or something of that nature. However, with the powerful magic contained within the very structure of the Ultros, since the beam was carved from the Mesne's tree, there are other powerful magical forces such as necromancy and things like these spells. When forces dissipate, sometimes they can interact with each other. So either they are linked in some way, or maybe it was the forces just reacting to each other. It's kind of hard to tell. Renatus, as you're considering this, and glancing over the stones and everything you just saw, there's something really familiar about them. As though you know or you knew something of this magic. Something about you says, something inside of you says that these are yours. Somehow, some way, you can't grasp how, but you get that overpowering feeling of ultimate familiarity with these stones.
I'm gonna tell them. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're watching you guys intently with a sword in her hand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share that, but I am gonna. I'm gonna say, one moment, please. And I want to reach for a stone.
And I'll do the which is actually, no, dear God, don't do that. You just saw what would happen when I realized what he's doing.
Okay.
But all it comes out as is
So you reach down and you touch a stone. You feel the arcane sensation as you grasp it in the box. Something doesn't feel right. The same sense of the familiar is there, but there's another force. Something that doesn't, it's off-settling. Almost a corrupt feeling that makes you slightly stick to your stomach as you grasp the stone in the box. You get that indication, that sense as soon as you touch it. So would you like to continue taking it out, or no?
No, I will not take it out. But I will say that these are corrupted. It feels like something or someone has messed with these stones.
Maybe because we just killed Big Brother? Maybe?
No,
How are you touching that thing without activating it?
that's not it. Let's keep them in the box for now and bring them with us.
Oh, see, you had me on the first one. You had me.
I'll take the box.
Fucking happened on this ship?
Tell you what, here, take this. This is this magical lock, and let's put that baby back on there.
I'm gonna close the box, and I'm gonna take the box with the gems. Does everyone have a problem with that?
I mean, I'm fine with you taking that box, but you make sure
Be very
those things
fucking
come out.
careful.
And lock the put the I mean, or tie it shut or something.
Right. Yep. I secure it, and I will carry it with me.
I'm going to. Can I look at like? I want to just like stare Renatus down because I'm still sitting there staring, and I'm just wanting to do like, what the fuck is going on in your head sort of face. Can I insight check to see if he is very clearly hiding something?
I'm gonna say no, just because you don't really know him that well, and he seems really off-put. You're all on edge. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to discern anything with everything going on right now. That makes
But you
sense.
seem especially off right now.
Valid. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll get off the hammock, not falling over this time. And just... Next room?
Yes. Let's continue this adventure together.
You sound so optimistic.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's do this.
Alright, so the only other place to go is forward on the lower deck of the ship. So you open the doors, you all proceed out into that small landing area at the base of the stairs, and then you walk through the openings of the central hold area of the ore room here on the lower deck.
Both doors go to the same room.
They seem to, yes. It seems wide open as you glance into them. As you walk through the wall and your eyes adjust from the dark, dim purplish light within to the moonlight breaking through, even though there's a ceiling overhead this deck. The sides are open, you see the oars jutting out. Suddenly, one by one, in front of you, in this massive, long stretch containing all the oars and all the seats in the Ultros, you see spectral figures appear. All the way down the length of the ship, you see ghostly crew members sitting in position, manning the oars. Somewhere 50, 60. One by one, all their spectral heads, as they apparate, turn back over to stare at you. Taking in this scene from left to right, some of you on the left side, some of you on the right. You turn and you see between you, on this back wall, just inside the ore room, there's a large, rawhide drum, adorned with bronze and many dangling bones and things. Bones that do not come from animals of any sort. Seated behind this drum, you see a feminine figure with long, scraggled white hair, gaunt, stretched thin skin, pulled over bone with no meat, sunken eyes. She turns to her left, turns to her right. You can almost hear the skin stretching as she does so. before she looks back towards the center of the room. And all the specters slowly turn their heads back towards the front. And you hear, "Are you ready to travel to Mitros?"
First of all, Joey, what the fuck was that description? That was so gross. Both Julia and I are just viscerally just like, whoa. But
no, not yet. Not yet. We're gonna look around the ship some more. Oh shit!
oh shit!
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh! Oh!
It hadn't loaded yet.
Oh!
I'm just zooming in as far as I can.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
It just keeps going.
Are you ready to travel to Mitros?
No. 5 more minutes. Just 5 minutes. And I'm kind
Is
of
she
gauging her
looking
reaction.
at any of us?
She's
Yeah.
staring
Yeah.
straight ahead. After she gazed to the left and to the right slowly, she gazed straight ahead, and now she is saying this out into the open. Her voice rasping, her teeth kind of clacking every time her jaw closes shut.
Hold position. We sail soon.
You hear and see her head slowly nod down and come back up. Her hands rested on the drumsticks, awaiting your command.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
I have an idea for how we should get through this room. Get back way down there. Don't let any of these things out of our sight.
These are the guys I saw in my vision, though, right? That I felt were friendly.
It appears to be so, yes.
Okay. So I'll just
Kinda?
remind them of my vision. Like, I think they're friendly. I think they won't hurt us. But I do have my axe out. Just
My sword has not gone away.
I understand the concern. I appreciate it. I do. Dead things don't like me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they don't.
Are any of them reacting to Cyanus as of yet?
Are they?
They don't seem to be. After that first initial gaze, and they all went back into their stationary positions, for lack of a better term, they don't seem to be noticing anything.
I would like to start. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, but we're the same. We just begin slinking our way. Hey, how'd you get so far up? We just start slinking our way to the back, like getting away from Lich Bitch.
Yeah, but as I'm moving, but I'm also curious and inspecting these guys, and are they wearing the same ancient clothing that I saw?
They are. It appears to be much more ragged, and it's hard to see if everything is there because some of the spectral forms seem to be not entirely intact. Either upon the point of their departure from this plane, they lost a limb or something, things of that nature, hand here, foot here, leg here, or they're just having trouble entirely apparating their form.
Okay. They're wearing the same stuff in my vision. Interesting.
No, Euron's just walking, just like full on, straight back, eyes ahead, sword just very loosely in her hand, but just like scanning. And sort of I'm just imagining the posture of like somebody inspecting you at drill and just being ready to like lift your chin or something if you're not holding your head straight enough. Like that's her vibe as she's walking down this corridor.
You got it. So is anybody else going to do anything while you're traversing along this massive ore room? Besides, go towards the front of the ship, obviously.
I want to see, like, I just want to watch Renatus and see if any of the spectral things respond to him or to Cyanus.
Okay. So you lag back a little bit, keeping both of them in front of you so you can keep your eye on the specters as well as everything going forward. You don't see them have any type of response to anyone walking amongst you.
Okay.
One by one, making your way through this gauntlet of spectral beings, you reach the front of the ore room and then walk through openings in similar walls, and you find another divided room similar to the one at the aft of the ship. Here, this appears to be a small storage cabin of sorts, not altogether different in function from the one that was at the previous landing in the rear. They have some items in these various crates that are partially opened, though. There appear to be some rations, foodstuff, dried foods, things of that nature, a couple of barrels of water, just enough for a short journey somewhere on the sea. Likewise, in this storage area, that's divided into two sections, and there's the stairs on the opposite side of the wall in front of you. Next to the stairs, kind of tucked away behind them, you see what appears to be an ancient chest with bronze trappings over a dark wood structure, and another similar lock to the one you saw in the rear of the ship. The locks in themselves, upon appearance, are unremarkable except for the fact that they are bronze and they're well made.
And no problem opening that chest. Not putting away my spear.
So just so I'm clear, because my computer was glitching like an absolute motherfucker.
Okay.
The token's value.
Yeah, room at the end, very similar to the one we were in before. Chest?
There is a chest here in this room, a small chest. Looks like a storage chest. Not super fancy or anything, but it is locked, and it's kind of tucked up underneath the stairs in the front of this storage area that rise up to the upper deck. And then directly opposite those stairs towards the front of the ship is another door to an enclosed cabin like there was at the very far rear of the ship.
Cyanus, are you checking the chest?
I'll get it just for me.
I'm not letting go of this thing.
That's a 19 to unlock it. Try picking it.
You quickly and masterfully, with no sweat at all, drop the lock off and take it out of the clasp. The hinge is swinging freely now. You're welcome to open it if you like, or not. Whatever you want.
I'll slowly lift the lid just to see what's inside.
Okay, easy enough. Glancing inside in the dim purplish light. Oh, that's not right.
Well, thanks. Now I know what's in it.
Yeah, right? Look at that. Why did that happen?
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at that.
All
That's
right,
alright.
you need a DC 15.
I was about to tell you anyway.
Oh.
I wonder if he's gonna do that
I'm gonna
again.
refresh
Come on.
because I can't see anything. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, you're good. Sorry. So inside, there's you find 6 of those dark bronze coins, similar to the one that you got at the Temple of the Oracle, the Burnished Dragon Lord coins. There's 6 of them inside. Additionally, you find a small coin purse next to those coins in this small chest. Upon quick glance, there appears to be some silver and some gold in it, and then settled underneath all those things is a small, roughly hewn, leather-bound journal. Sorry.
All good?
Yeah, it looks good.
No. It's just doing like the rapid flickering for me. So
Yeah, that's because she joined back in. I'm deleting all these Spectre tokens.
I just had gray. I just had a gray screen, so.
It's probably because of all the line of sight stuff. So that's what you see in that chest. There's coins, the 6 Dragonlord coins. There's some actual silver and gold. They're old in composition, but in technique, but they seem about the same size as weight as modern coins. And then there's the small leather-bound journal.
So I'll take everything out and give the journal over to I guess because he seems like the best person.
So you have the 6 Dragonlord coins. You also have. You ready for money?
I got it.
Okay, 75 silver and 35 gold.
Okay.
That's in the coin purse. You hand the leather-bound journal to Lycus. You have a leather-bound journal, a mysterious leather-bound journal.
Oh yeah. I start reading. First off, does it glow with any kind of magic? Because I touched a gem and shit went wrong. Is this a magical journal?
It does not.
Is it glowing? Okay.
Appear to be.
I whip that bitch right open and start reading.
Okay. Real quick, because I'm confused. I don't remember. Does detect magic require concentration? Because you still have that up, right?
Oh, yeah. Is it light? Is it lit down here or no?
This area is in the ore room. Once you get past those walls, it gets increasingly darker and darker, just like the aft of the ship did.
Okay, then yeah. And it's probably been 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just say detect magic's out. I would have cast Saves Lights again. So.
Either one.
But yeah, you're right. They're both concentrations. Yeah, no, you're right.
Whichever one you want's fine with me.
I need light to see, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So I need. I can't see anything. Dancing lights. Eyes go right to normal, and it's like, oh shit.
Okay.
Oh well.
You got it. So, flipping through real quick, without any serious interrogative reading of this thing, it appears to be almost a crew member's journal, maybe like the bosun or something, and it recounts a lot of the same things you've heard about Estor and his history in the First War, the not so commonly known history, the things that you've learned in your travels about how he went off on his own and the dragon left him and he slaughtered all the Geigans, the women and the children and all that stuff. Except it's more of a first-hand account. And there's some tidbits here and there that you glean real quickly flipping through, but nothing riveting or shocking, unless you want to sit there and thumb through every single page. So.
Muted.
Yeah, were you talking to us? Because you're muted if you are.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I just kind of go through the cliff notes of it, and that way I can determine what it's about, and just kind of let everybody know, okay, it's just a journal about blank, blank, and blank.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of information that y'all didn't already know about his story.
Yeah.
Okay. Aside from that, the meager provisions here for a short journey in these boxes and crates, and then the stairs, there's a door in front of you, and then there's the ore room behind you. So what would you like to do?
Oh, only one way we haven't checked yet, so in we go.
Let's do it.
I'm with you.
Okay. Entering this dark cabin, shadows surround you, dancing lights enter to illuminate the room. With the purplish glow, you see immediately that this cabin is more luxurious than the rest of the ship. The bedding seems to be made of finely spun silk, as are the curtains at the one window. The wallpaper itself is textured with a gold filigree, and the wooden floor and furniture seem to have been recently cleaned and waxed. but the room itself has as clean and fresh a smell as any hotel or any other room and establishment that you entered in Mitros. At the rear of the room, which is at the very, very, very front of the ship, you see a desk, and on this desk there is scattered papers, a journal, writing implements, and a nice cushiony chair.
I'm going to go sit in a nice comfy chair since Lycus got it last time. And I want to sit and start looking and see what's on the table.
As soon as your butt's about to hit that chair, I go, ah!
No,
the last time I sat in a
definitely-
chair, I had some creepy ghosty thingy on me, but I didn't make that word.
No, I get nice comfy and start looking through like what's on the table.
Okay. The scattered papers seem to be a lot of crew logs and inventory. The date seems very, very old. But more interestingly than that is there are scraps of notes that are almost indecipherable, almost as though they're written in a wholly unique language. But the dates all extend through the centuries between the First War and Common Day. Besides the papers, you see another leather-bound journal, but this one much more finely crafted than the rest, with a bronze clasp on the front. Not locked, but it holds it shut. The binding is well made. The pages are made of finest paper, and the inks used are very high quality. Very easy to read, very legible.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Glancing through this journal, this appears to be the personal text of Esther Arcalander himself. A first-hand account of everything that happened during the First War and after it, including how he fell into this current curse and other things of that nature. If you would like to read it in depth and get that information, you can do that now, or you can pocket it for later. I'm letting you know so I can.
I'm gonna pocket it for later, but what I want to do is gonna flip to the very last page that has writing on it.
Okay.
Smart. Always read the first page and the last page.
That is how I got through my degree. And I'm going to see what the last thing he wrote about was.
Okay. The most recent entry seems to have a date that coincides with 3 days ago, and it describes the capture of several small fishing vessels further up the River Leth, and the unkind things they did to the owners of those fishing vessels.
What the fuck? So, I'm just gonna go explain, like, so the beginning of this sounds like it's from Esther Arcalander, and the dates check. But the last date's 3 days ago.
So you're telling
They
me
were hunting
this thing
fishing boats
isn't-
on the river.
Are you telling me this ship is still able to move?
Well,
Yeah, you didn't
see-
hear crickety bitch back there?
Yeah, I was about to say that she asked us if we were ready to move, and then
I know, but like, I'm not gonna trust evil, dead, I don't know what the fuck is thing.
I mean, just because it's dead doesn't mean it's evil.
So, the thing I'm more concerned by here... No, and never mind that the ship can move. It sounds like Esther Arcalander's still alive. If he's the same person writing, I'll look through this later and see if it's like the same voice, or if it's, say, Esther died and like his son took over or some shit. But
Is it the same handwriting throughout?
rapid skim, is it the same handwriting? I'm like fanning the pages.
At first glance, it appears to be, yeah. There's a lot of consistencies.
Yes, it's the
And this
same
is-
writing.
And this is handwritten. Like ink blots, not magically scribed in. Like, this is handwritten. Shit.
Mine is uneasy.
You're not the one who spit on his grave.
Can I see the journal?
I will hand it over, and I'm going to just look at Renatus very carefully.
How long has Renatus been with this group?
Over a week. Over a week.
Oh, wow. All right.
Do I feel anything weird about this chair, by the way?
Only it doesn't fit your ass.
I have hips.
Nothing.
Very comfy chair, but something is very creaky about it.
So there's a general sense of tension, ominous feeling, and so on that's persistent the entire time you're here. Nothing about this chair in particular strikes you as any more peculiar than anything else that's been going on. No.
Then I'm gonna flip sideways and like drape my legs over one arm of the chair and kind of like lean back on the other side. Get comfy.
You got it.
Or I'm able to actually do that.
Yeah, no, me too.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be thumbing through the pages. I'm going to start in the middle, though.
Okay. Well, let me describe. What are you looking for? What is your intent, first off?
Well, I don't have any idea of what time period I saw. Obviously, they were alive, so I was going to start and see if I can find that day, if there was enough information in that day where I could piece together that kind of vision, and then just go forward from there. Obviously, I just learned that a entry was made 3 days ago, so I'm also very intrigued about that, but I just want to see if I can find if I can piece together what's in the journal with my vision.
Okay. So, this journal has a lot of pages, and I'm assuming that you're not going to sit here and focus on this for as long as you absolutely need to. I'm assuming it's a quick glance, like you said, right?
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, then I'd like you to give me an investigation check with disadvantage to try and find something quickly scanning through these things. What's everybody else doing?
While he's thumbing through the journal, I'll look at the papers that are on the table, middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking for it's like a map or anything like that.
Okay. Quickly looking around, you can see several maps that chart the River Leth itself, chart the I can't think right now. The River Arcalander, and also the coastline, the entirety of Thylea, and then a couple of the commonly known islands in the Cerulean Gulf. They have settlements marked here and there. Nothing aside from just general location information, though.
Well, I'm gonna get everyone's attention and be like, well, these are gonna be infinitely more helpful than anything that we found back at the library.
The map of Themis?
I rolled an 11, by the way.
Yep, I'm tracking.
Okay.
And there might be one, but I mean, they look a lot more maps than we were able to out of there, so looks like we have our little bit of a mobile headquarters.
Thumbing through the journal quickly, you see nothing that would give away that particular day in question that you envisioned, Renatus.
Mine is just shifting on her hooves uncomfortably while everyone else is milling about.
If I paused in that, I want to start a ritual for detect magic in this place.
Okay. Over the next 10 minutes, you see Renatus phase out and start drawing various glyphs with charcoal and embers and various other strange materials on the ground around him. Anything while he's doing that, or I'm just making sure I'm not trying to cut you guys off. Just trying to get y'all's intent here, that's all.
I'll eventually get up from the very lovely comfy chair. And, I'm gonna walk over to Ina, because I can tell she looks uneasy. Does this place make you feel uneasy too?
Oh, yeah.
Just a bit.
I kind of want to go back up on the top deck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with you.
Also, I just want to know if they can push the ship? Like, get it moving? I presume someone needs to steer.
I figure we can just let the lady handle that. I don't know. I named her zero knowledge of sailing.
But yeah, I'd like to get to the top deck, get some wind, something.
The chilly wind.
I also kind of want. Why do I feel the urge also to yell "Come out, bitch!" at somewhere?
On.
I hope she's not on this ship.
No, I'm more referring to, and I'm going to point gesture towards the journal that Renatus has been reading. I mean, more that bitch.
Oh, I see.
Bitch is gender neutral for me.
I see.
I mean, that bitch too. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
So, during this period, Renatus, your spell casting is complete. You cast Detect Magic. Nothing in the room sticks out to you, except for obviously all the various armor and weapons and items that your party itself carries.
Well, shall we?
I just wanna go up on top deck and then just like kind of fall down to see.
We need a name for her. Does she have a name?
Give me a bit and I'll figure out something.
I will go ask her.
Ask her. Yeah, go ask her.
I'll ask her. Be right back.
Meet you up top.
Yeah, no, I'm just...
Yeah. So while like Renatus is talking to her, I'm gonna use like him distracting her to like scuttle around the other way, so she doesn't creak her skin at me.
If y'all want to go up to the upper deck, there's a set of stairs right next to you. There in the front of the ship, you can just easily climb up. You don't have to go all the way to the back of the ship.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so Renatus is going to talk to the drummer. You two are going up. Cyanus, Lycus, what are y'all doing?
I'm gonna follow
also
Renatus.
going up.
Okay, Cyanus goes up. Lycus goes with Renatus. Okay.
Hey.
As you approach, you get within arm's length or so of this undead being sitting before you. Her chin slightly raises and she looks at you, her eyes locking. You see that the whites of the eyes encompass the entirety of it. There's no pupil, no iris, nothing. Dead eyes. And they slowly shift up the very bottom rim, bloodshot as it stares at you. Are you ready to travel to Mitros?
What's your name?
Her skin creaks a little bit as she turns to look at Lycus. Are you ready to travel to Mitros?
Can you go anywhere else but Mitros?
She repeats herself again.
Well, this was fruitless.
Why Mitros? Why is she asking us that?
Well, There wasn't a lot
You
of
see-
provisions, but
As you ask that, Lycus, you hear a creaking sound as your shoulder kind of sounds like it dislocates and slowly rises up and shakes, the bones themselves vibrating as she laboriously raises her arm towards you with her hand outstretched, and her fingers slowly crack as they curl, and she points to the crown on your head. Are you ready to travel to Mitros? And she slowly lowers her creaking arm back down.
You know I gotta do it, right?
It's amazing.
You know I gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
Take me to Mitros.
You hear a... Everybody else on the upper deck, you hear this sound of metal on wood as the capstan starts to turn and wrench the anchor up from the floor of the lake. Everybody on the lower deck, you see the specters grab these oars. The ship slowly turns as you all ride upon it. The black sails catching a sightless wind. And then, as you complete your turn away from the shoreline, the prow of the ship pointed directly at the cannon wall. The oars pick up speed and strength. The cliffs in front of you looming closer and closer as the ship continues to pick up speed faster and faster, as though the wooden ship itself is going to smash through the rocks. And that's where we're going to take a break. And we're back. So, the Ultros with all of you on it. Oh, look at me. My bad. Lost something. Oh, come back. Come back. There we go. The cliffs looming closer and closer as the ship continues to pick up speed as if preparing to smash through the rocks. The sails suddenly billow with a sightless wind, the oars going faster and faster, churning the water into white rapids around you. Everybody on the top deck sees this. Glancing around, you see an ethereal crew member manning the rudder in the back. Lycus, Renatus, you see the water whipping past you, and you see the canyon walls getting closer and closer on either side of you as you rush towards this thing. Faster and faster, picking up an incredible amount of speed, almost impossible to cut through the water like it is. And you're 100 feet away, 50 feet away, 20 feet away. And suddenly, the Ultros slams down into the water, submerging quickly, water flowing into the lower deck and into the upper deck, covering you. The air goes black around you. Water enters your face and your fingers. You grasp onto anything you can grab onto. Everything goes pitch black. You hear nothing. You see nothing except for each other in the dim light around you before that itself is gone in the darkness of the water. The ship travels underwater.
I find Ina's hand and I hold on to it.
You got it. Traveling underwater in pitch blackness, suddenly you see these large, strange aquatic creatures appear on either side of your vision, left and right, swimming past you. This strange plant life coming up and passing your vision, hard to track onto anything except for each other. You find yourself surrounded on all sides by pitch black, and suddenly you realize you've been holding your breath for a very, very long time. I need everybody to give me a Constitution save, please.
Oh, Jesus. Josh picked the wrong time.
It's okay, I can roll one for him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So, the pitch black of the water around you, the pressure starts to crush your body, you start to ache, your lungs are burning, trying to hold on to any last bit of breath. One by one, slowly, Ina, you see you're on it, your vision goes hazy, and you begin to lose consciousness before slipping away. You feel her hand go slack. Next, Renatu's down there next to Lycus. You see, look at each other, and then his eyes roll in the back of his head as he passes out. And then Lycus, last thing you see is Renata slowly drifting off into the inky blackness of the water around you, as you yourself vision blur, and you lose consciousness. The last person you're on, you see Cyanus drift off scrambling out towards each of you to try and hold on in nothingness. The water, cold now, pressing against every pore of your body, before your vision too fades to black.
Did we all just drown?
Good shit, everybody. All right, good game. That's the offer coming
In the next campaign.
And then your vision returns. You're lying on your back, looking up at a cloudless sky, bright blue with a gentle, warm sea breeze running across your wet face. You hear your friends next to you. You glance over and you see them gasping, soggy, shivering. You sit up. You find yourselves on the upper deck of the Ultros, near the center mast, and the gentle waters of the cerulean Gulf surround you.
I proceed to vomit up about a lung full of seawater. Or lake water. Yeah.
Ina officially hates ships. She'll just stick to the planes. Thank you very much.
Alright, sound off. Who's not dead?
I thought you were actually choking there for a second. I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm fine.
That's good. Good,
Right.
good job.
Okay.
Sound off. Who's not dead?
Well,
Ornatus and Lycus, you are also on the upper deck with the rest of your party.
I'm alive, I think.
I'll find Ina and just,
Upper
like,
deck?
and be like,
Go ahead, you're on.
I'm just patting Ina, just being like, you okay? You okay? Are you awake? Are you not dead?
I'm not dead. I'm just like hacking up water, I guess, probably.
Backslaps.
Muttering about the ship.
just turned into a camel.
Where are we now?
Where's the highest point on this fucking ship?
Mast. Give me just a minute. I crawl all the way up.
Okay, so this doesn't have a what you would consider a crow's nest. It's just a mast, and the mast itself, remember, is that twisted, gnarled trunk, or piece of the trunk from out of Devesne's tree. That you can probably find with some difficulty enough handholds to scurry up the mast if you choose to, but it's not made for climbing. I will say that looking around,
There's no sail, no mast, crow's nest.
No, there's sails. There's just not a crow's nest. It's just the way the
Oh, I thought this was a rowboat.
So the trireme has an upper deck and a lower deck. The lower deck has all the oarsmen, but it also has a mast. It can travel under oar power or wind power. And the rudder is for when it's traveling under. And you can travel with a combination if you needed to. It does have large black sails, remember?
Gotcha.
So you see the Cerulean Gulf, and you do see to one side a coastline. It's hard to kind of pick out where you may be, but if anybody would like to roll call it a survival check to try and figure it out. I don't think many of you have traveled along the coast east of Mitros. Unless you have, let me know.
I'll try.
And also, everybody give me a perception check too.
Now that's a 7 for survival.
So glancing at the shoreline, you have no idea where you are. Not right away.
I rolled a 23 for perception.
Nat 20!
Okay.
20.
Okay, so a bunch of 20s. I guess what'd you get?
I got a 9.
Okay, Sinus.
13.
What's that?
13.
Okay, sorry, you were chewing. So, Ina, Euron, and Renatus. Scanning left and right, you see, at first, traveling here for several minutes along the Cerulean Gulf, at first you see a glint of white on the horizon directly ahead of you in the direction you're traveling, on the coastline itself. And then as the minutes slowly tick by, the haze of the horizon kind of dissipates as you draw closer, and you see off a good distance away what appears to be a very, very small city of Mitros on the horizon.
There's Mitros. As I point at the horizon.
Which one of you told her we were going?
I just look at Lycus.
Yeah, I said let's go to Mitros. Hey, beautiful! This isn't Mitros. You gotta get closer.
We nearly drowned, Lycus.
Nearly.
I know you didn't know it with that.
Nearly drowned. But you're still well enough to kick my ass right now, so you're nearly.
How
You were
close is
nearly
Lycus to
there.
me?
As close as you want it to be.
Yeah, oh shit.
I'm going to just kind of go back down to my knees for a moment, like I'm just sort of trying to catch my breath. And then I'm going to fulfill Cyanus' promise, and I'm going to nut punch him.
Try to. Sure.
I'm going to try to.
Make an attack roll.
It's... Oh, there we go. There's a 17 hit, Lycus.
Yes, it does.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage, my good man.
I mean, I will say that you can hold back if you choose to, but yeah. So, wham! Out of
I'm
nowhere,
gonna turn you into a tenor, boy.
Euron engages Lycus.
You see me fall to my knees. Fall and just grab my junk and just be like, oh! I glare at Euron, and you hear a horrible screeching sound kind of just come from my mouth. I can't get this thing to pull up right on that.
Are you
damn app.
discordant whispering me?
Yeah. I need a DC 14 wisdom save.
We're fucking doing this, oh god!
Oh,
That's a 13!
You immediately get racked in psychic damage. I don't want to damage her 3d6, you know? I just want the effect.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
So if I could pull the damage, you know, like I'm not. I just want her to be like. It's almost like I psychic punch her in the groin, if you will. Is what I'm
roll
trying
the damage,
to.
Just roll the damage so I know how bad it feels. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, like that's what I'm going for. It's like when a guy punches you in the dick, you fall down, and you punch him in the dick, and now you're both just down there miserable as fuck. Like
I've
that's
never
what
had
just.
anyone punch me in the dick.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just how that rolled.
Game over.
Okay, so that was 11 damage. If I had done it, but I don't want to do the damage. I want to just pull the shot, if you will, you know. But yeah, so I just 11 damaged your ovaries. So I don't know, like, I mean, you know, the equivalent thereof. So I would like us both to just be like, ah, you know.
Yeah, no, just yeah. I'm already on my knees. I'm on the deck.
Yeah.
Just
And now
like,
she's just ah, and I'm like,
hands over my
ears. Yeah.
Wordless. Just it feels like it's cursing, but I don't actually have the wherewithal to turn it into words.
I see this going down, and I'm just like, hey, Lycus, bet you wanted these soft hands to do that to you, didn't you?
I'm gonna ask them please to stop screaming, and if they need something to numb the pain, and I'm gonna shoot chilling touch out of both hands.
Oh,
I will.
Don't make me use these.
No, that does necrotic
Don't
damage.
make me turn this ship around.
I will throw these hands.
For my soft 0 damage hands.
Eventually,
that was good
once
shit.
I'm coherent, I
Yeah.
will look at Lycus, and I'm just gonna go, well played.
You too. This was a good hit.
I will offer my hand in a high five position.
A mutual return high five, but not like a yeah. It's just like yep. Okay.
Oh, ow. Like it almost
Okay,
hurts
yeah.
to touch somehow.
Yeah, overextending. I think I'm just gonna lay down on the deck.
How is Ina reacting to this?
I'm just watching them. Like, I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. I feel like she threw a hit, she got hit. That's, that's how you figure shit out sometimes.
Shit, get hit.
Yeah.
If we actually ever find my brother, Lycus, I think he'd actually really like you.
You got it. All right. Is this ship moving any closer to Mitros, or is it just sitting here?
It's strange. It has really, really good speed. Now, granted, you all have limited, if any, experience on boats or ships of any kind. So it's kind of hard to gauge how fast you're going, how long it's going to take to get there. But the sun is starting to rise in the sky. It's clearly morning. You are making progress. That tiny dot is a little tiny bit less of a tiny dot as the next 10, 20, 30 minutes passes on and on. So you're traveling in that direction. In the sunlight, the warm air around you, sails are out full bore. The oars are pulled in. You glance over the side, the oars are pulled in towards the ship. They're not rowing at this point. But you still see the helm is slightly adjusting back and forth as though someone or something is controlling it, although you see nothing or nobody there.
Because the sun's up.
So we need to make sure Costas doesn't say yes. We really need to make sure Costas doesn't see us.
Oh shit! Didn't she say don't go back to Mitros?
And she said go back to Mitros. Just as soon as we get there, we need to talk to the queen. Like, zap.
I mean, does this ship not look like every other ship that comes through here, or is it like, oh, this is specifically not a fucking ship that's supposed to be here?
From what you've seen in the harbor, this ship is remarkable. It is huge. It is in pristine order. All of the filigree and the accoutrements are just done in the finest craftsmanship. It is a ship unto its own. There is no way to mistake this ship.
I book it to under. I try to get
Tell her to stop.
Yeah, I try to get to my girl Venus, the goddess of beauty herself, and I try to bring this. I'm like, stop.
You scurry down below deck, and you turn the corner. You hear drums beating, softly echoing throughout the oar room, but the oars are stowed. You don't see anybody at the drum, and the drumsticks are lying still on the drum itself.
While this is going on, I want to take out my spell book and search for a spell that might help me.
Okay.
I try to get to the rudder, I guess, and oh, sorry.
I was just gonna ask if there was anything you like. I'm trying to get his intent. It really is.
No, I want to get to my spell book and get. I think I know I have a see invisibility. I want to try to see you on the other planes.
Okay.
So however long it takes me to get that.
I mean, if you've got it. Well, is that one of the ones you can't ritual cast that, right?
No.
And do you have it prepared?
No, that's why I wanted to get it out.
Okay.
And start doing that.
Okay. It only takes you, I think it's a couple of minutes per spell, not a big deal. Okay, you were saying, Legus?
I guess I was gonna run to the rudder man. I'm just gonna run around this whole boat to find something that I can talk to. Y'all just hear from under the deck.
The Benny Hill music.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Legus darts back and forth for the next 10 minutes or so, and you don't see anybody. You don't find anybody like us. You all do. Although you feel exhausted, you feel like you've been through quite an ordeal. You do all gain the benefits of a long rest now that it is morning time.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the record.
I would like to try and go up to the wheel.
Okay.
And I want to try see what happens because I can probably see it adjusting, like slightly to the left and slightly to the right. I want to try turning it very dramatically, like towards shore, and see what happens.
Sure. Give me a strength check.
All right. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You hold on tight. You grip, strain your muscles, grit your teeth. You fight it. You can't alter it.
Aina!
Yeah?
The wheel won't fucking budge. Will you give me a hand?
I'll go over there and attempt to move it.
Go for it.
$15.
Same thing. The wheel is moving. It is being steered, but you can't fight the steering. You just can't summon enough strength to wrench it free from whatever's controlling it.
Seems it moves of its own accord.
Whenever I'm done with the preparing the spell, I'd like to cast See Invisibility.
As they're up there fighting the wheel, you do the same thing, and you see them kind of standing within. Part of Euron, part of Einar are standing within a spectral figure, steering the helm. The same one that you saw before. Well, no, you were below deck, so you didn't see them. But he has similar attire and to the specters that were below deck.
I see all of them now, right? Like on the deck and all, like...
There are a couple that seem to be tending to things, but you don't see them doing much of anything. Like they're swabbing the deck with spectral implements, right? They're doing general crew tasks, but the only one you see actively engaged in anything of note is the one on the helm.
I want to look around and see if I can't find someone of note. Obviously Esther. I want to see if I can't find him.
Okay. So you walk around. Give me an investigation check.
Ten.
There's such a high number of individual spirits, for lack of a better term, on this vessel, that you feel as though if he's here, with all the milling about going, either you can't find him, or he's somewhere you can't see, or something else. But no, you don't find him.
I'm gonna go down. After I look at top, I want to go down into the nice cabin, and then I'll let everyone else do whatever they're gonna do.
Okay. So is anybody else doing anything while he is doing this and Lycus is running around? Anything of note?
Oh, because metagaming, the thing I want to do, is dependent on what Renatus does.
Okay.
So I'll hold my tongue for now. I'm just gonna try and just do battle with this steering wheel.
Okay.
While they're doing this, I'm up on the top deck, just like looking at the tree, just trying to figure out like a way to climb it, just so I can just like hang out on the top of the tree.
Okay. So you can see a path that might work. If you want to try and climb it, give me an athletics check. This mast rises about 50 feet off the deck, so it'd be a couple of them if you want to go all the way to the top, or try to.
I can just chuck you up there and you can just grab on.
Can I flip all the way to the top? Because I've got better acrobatics.
For some reason, probably because of the ordeal you just went through, you just can't find the strength in your hands to grab the small knots and hoist yourself up right now. Sorry, Sam.
Then I'm just gonna on the deck and just the water, because I rolled a 5.
You got it. Renatus, going towards the nicest cabin, what you would assume to be the captain's cabin. You go down the front stairs and you go to the door and you attempt to open it, but not budging.
Is it like locked or is it like stuck?
You can get an investigation check, try and figure it out. See what you know. See what you can discern. Did you say something? I didn't hear you.
24.
Okay. So, as you push, it doesn't budge. You grab the handle. It doesn't seem to have a latch on the handle or anything, but there is a keyhole. So you bend over slightly and start inspecting the keyhole, trying to see if maybe there's something, if you can see through it or not, tell if it's locked. As you do this, you feel more than hear a familiar voice say, "I know you." And one by one, you see, those of you who can see each other, you see your friends fall down, seemingly losing consciousness. Before you finally, Renatus, turn to face this person talking to you, and as you're halfway turned around, your body gives out, you feel your strength sap, and before you even hit the ground, your eyes grow dark. Your vision returns. As you open your eyes, you're once again lying on your backs on the now familiar upper deck of the Ultros. The center mass, the twisted, gnarled tree of Denmesne, rising up into a strange and otherworldly sky above. The stars are speckled with various lights. Some are too large, some are too tightly packed. The clouds aren't formed right, they're wispy, almost a strange pastel agglomeration. Looking around, you see crew members in strange garb. Renatus, the same ones that you recall seeing in your vision. Dozens of men and women, each with grim faces and ancient bronze weapons. Somehow, you know them. You can't recall their name. You don't know how. But you feel as though you are one of them. Each of you, part of the ship's crew. And you know that you have served the captain of this vessel in countless battles over the recent years. Everybody surrounding you turns to face the prow of the ship, silently cutting through the dark waters that surround you. Following their gaze, you see a tall man with long gray and black dreadlocks. His engraved pauldrons mark him as one of the legendary Dragon Lords. Standing high above you, on the raised platform at the front of the ship, is Estor Arcalander, and he calls his entire crew up to the deck. One by one, more crew members rise up from the bowels of the ship onto the deck around you, and you see Estor slowly and grimly walk down the stairs towards the central mast. The fog begins to permeate through the air around you, giving an even more ethereal quality to your surroundings. Estor speaks in a deep, rasping voice, addressing the entirety of you. I have summoned you here for a grave purpose. Tomorrow, I finally walk into the fires of Typhon and become as a god. Thenceforth, I shall be immortal, perhaps even as powerful as Kentamane himself. But I shall no longer call myself Captain of the Ultros. It has been a great honor to fight alongside you in our war against the Gigans. Each of us has toppled their wretched cities, flooded the oceans with their foul blood. But now, on the eve of my ascension, it is time for me to choose a worthy successor, a new captain for the Ultros. And this I will choose from amongst my most loyal Thanes. Now, each of you, and he raises a bulky, muscled arm, waving it in your direction, swore a blood oath to serve me. I now would call upon you to swear the same oath upon the Ultros herself. Only then will she follow your commands, as she done mine. Each of you, swear the oath. I swear upon my life's blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor, even should we sail into the maw of the Nether Sea. My fate shall be bound to hers. All the eyes of the crew members slowly go to you expectantly. Ultros listlessly cuts through the dark ocean around you as Estor's glare, a respectful glare, but a glare nonetheless, takes in each of you, awaiting you to swear your oath to the Ultros.
He gonna be here a minute. I mean, are we? Like, am I looking down? I'm me. I'm me in their attire as the crew.
You are?
I've sworn oaths before, so I'll look up and just to see what happens. Fuck it, I've gotten enough shit happening to me.
I'll join.
I swear.
I will join in the oath.
I swear on the Ultros that I will sail. I'll steer her well.
I'm putting it in chat for you. Make your life easier.
I swear upon my life's blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor. Even should we sail into the maw of the nether sea, my fate shall be bound to hers.
Are we just like mummering this, or are we like
chanting together?
Yeah, like what are we? Yeah, how? I mean, I'll do the. I swear upon my life's blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor, even should we sail into the maw of the nether sea. My.
Klaatu Barasa.
I said the damn words. You did not recite the sacred words. I did say those sacred words. You just gave them to me wrong.
Okay, so we got Euron and Lycus. Anybody else?
I mean,
Yeah, I just did it.
I know.
I swear
I
upon
said
my
Euron
life's
and Lycus.
blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor. Even should we sail into the maw of the nether sea, my fate shall be bound to hers.
Alright. Renatus takes the oath. Anyone else?
I just look at Ina and I'm like, oh fuck, but Grandma. Oh. Fuck it. I swear upon my life's blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor, even though we should sail to the maw of the nether sea, my fate should be bound to hers.
Well done. He glances at Cyanus and Ina.
and we need this boat. It's been foretold. We need this boat.
But does this boat need 5 captains? Shouldn't 1 be sufficient? I don't think I could in good conscience take this oath because I don't know how to sail with honor. So I cannot in good faith say those words.
I respect your honesty. I just pray that you serve the next captain with as much zeal as you have served me. He glances over at Cyanus.
Oh shit, I could have got away with this and not said anything? Fuck.
And I'm just like, yeah, I bow to him and I'm like, I swear upon my life's blood that I shall captain the Ultros with honor. And should we sail into the maw of another sea, my fate shall be bound to hers.
You could have not taken the oath like us, but then you would have had to obey us.
Nah,
And we all know he
captaining
doesn't
this
like
ship.
taking orders.
I'm captaining this bitch.
Well done, my Thanes. You have not disappointed me. I have taken you through time and space to this waking dream. The Ultros requires a new captain. However, there are 3 malfeasant traitors among the crew. They betrayed me in ages past, as they would betray you now. They deserve nothing less than to be dealt with in the harshest way. If you wish to be released from this journey, you will destroy them. And whichever of you, those who have sworn the oath, proves to be the most admirable at this task, will have a chance to be the new captain of this ship.
know you.
I guess Lycus is out of the running.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh shit. Know you who these traitors are?
I, Davos the Quartermaster, Matron the Navigator, and Skathon, the very first mate I trusted with my crew. Devon, you shall find up there, at the helm. Matron is below deck, in the Thane's quarters, in the aft of the ship. And Skathon has taken it upon himself to occupy my cabin. Destroy them, or you will be trapped with me for eternity.